We're going to win, and we're going to win a championship. Otherwise, why are we doing it?
What's good, Cowboys Nation? Thank you guys so much for joining us again for another episode of Star Chasers, Girls Talk Ball. As you guys know, it's your girl Cravin Cowboys in the building. As always, I got my girl Star rocking with me. How you doing tonight, sis? Please tell me how excited you are right now. Please.
What's up, everybody? Y'all know it's always great when we get together for another episode of Star Chasers, Girls Talk Ball. It's always a good day when we can talk Cowboys football, but y'all know before we get started to please like the stream, please like the video, please also share the video, share the stream. If you're on X, I posted the link to my channel. Sis, I think she posted the link to her channel. So please, what's up to my guy Stan? I'm glad somebody from Twitter is tuning in that I interact with a lot on Twitter. So what's up, man?
Nice.
Hit the YouTube link and like it, and then go back to Twitter. But anyway, I appreciate everybody being here. Really happy to always do the show, but just please like the video. Like I said, share, and also subscribe to our YouTube channels if you haven't already.
Yeah, pretty much doubling down on anything Star just said, for real. And actually adding on to that, make sure you guys, if you're feeling charitable, make sure you donate to our Cash Apps as well. They're down there.
Yes, I always forget that.
Screen. Yes. Oh no, you're good, sis. And make sure you guys just continue to rock with us every Wednesday. The season pretty much is about to start ramping up. So we should be back to our regular scheduled programming as we always are on Wednesday. So make sure you guys just stay tuned in. And then we're gonna jump right into the show. I mean, you guys know the last couple of days has been the first days of Cowboys training camp, padded practices, things starting to go pop, right? I mean, and just kind of go hand in hand in that just quickly. We've seen, we definitely have some, we have some near misses, right? Some heart attacks going on through camp, but luckily, our guys are hopefully able to kind of strive through those, Rep Span 4, Guyton, Wanye, just some of these guys.
Dang, I forgot. We haven't even been together since Guyton, since the scare of Guyton, and we definitely got to talk about that.
It's just kind of go over quickly, just sis, like, please just tell me like your emotions over the past couple of days. You know, I mean, going paired with the first couple of days of practice, but then you have like just the double whammy of the first couple of plays, Cravin, saying then Klayton, then you see like I didn't even know it until I seen you tweet out, asking the question about why Deuce wasn't even practicing. I'm like, then they showed the clip of him and
the damn hamstring again, bro. Yes. Like, my God, Deuce, this is so bad for my God, Deuce.
We just brought that up last week about him dealing with the last year. Man,
like he literally got injured again, and like the last time it's out now, they said Calvin Watkins said it's not as serious as the last one. So, because I think the last one he was literally almost out 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think he only came back in preseason. I think he missed all of camp, wasn't he?
Yeah,
in preseason.
He damn near missed all of camp, bro. And I'm like, bro, this cannot happen because, well, we're gonna talk about later in the show, but just seeing all these injuries, I was so angry. I don't know why I got so angry, but when I thought Klayton was gonna be lost for the season, I was so angry because it's just like, damn it, like we can't have nothing nice. Like this kid put in so much work. Klayton put in so much work, and you can tell like he have a lot to prove this season. And I'm like, if he tore his ACL, like that's gonna set him back, his development back, and he was facing injury last year too. So I was like, damn it. And then it's like, it's not that I don't believe that we got good depth, because we've talked about Austin Richards. They said Nate Thomas is actually the one out there today, and he looked pretty good. So it's like, it's not about that. It's just about like Klayton. I know the work. Like we know the work that he put in, and to have to lose him, but to injury for the season was just going to be heartbreaking. But I'm glad thank you God that he's not lost for the season. It says it's going to be like 4 to 6 weeks. And I think Schotty said something about
don't rush him.
Yeah, don't rush him. That's what I'm saying. Let him sit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like Klayton needs to be 100%. He doesn't need to be forced out there so he can put bad film, and then that's how narrative gets started, and that's how the bust and all that shit starts coming up. So it's like, let him get back on the field when he is fully 100% healthy and ready to go. And I hope Klayton really, thinks about that, because I know they be having pressure, and I know the front office be pressuring them. But at the same time, you got to know you're a young player. This is your career on the line. And at the end of the day, the front office don't give a damn. They're going to press you to get out there. But if you don't perform, you think they're going to say, oh, well, he was injured? No.
Right.
They're going to drop the left tackle next year. That's what they're going to do. So it's like, he has to perform better this year. He has to. So it's like, I hate this because it's like, it's going to set him back. But luckily for Klayton, he put in the work in the offseason. He's not here at camp. He's not here at camp trying to get caught up, trying to learn. Like, he did all his learning in the offseason. And clearly before he went down, we talked about it last week, like you could see night and day from what he was last year.
And on that same point, since he said he felt night and day from last year. He said just because of the change in his regimen, the change in his diet, he said he pretty much outright said, I feel so much better. Like it's a huge difference, bro. And I kind of like how he was talking to the media. He just like, look, bro, like he just like straight up with like, look, man, I didn't, not that he didn't take it seriously, but look, I saw what mistakes I made, what I had to fix. I got in the lab, like,
the accountability, like you knew he took it seriously.
Like just straight up, like, look, bro. And even like I think it began as early as last year when he started seeing that he was giving that the team was giving other guys these reps, and he was like, look, I know I wasn't, playing my strongest. I know I'm this time in preseason, but hey, I'm back. It's not really a serious, it wasn't a serious injury. I'm back. I'm trying to get back in the grind. I'm gonna get my spot back. You know what I'm saying? So from the beginning, he's been taking accountability for the mistakes that he has made over time since he's gotten in the building. But like you said, Star, like I just love his attitude. I love his being just forthcoming. I like the way that he's coming on his shoulders. And like you said, unfortunately, hopefully it won't set him back too bad. And I'm also on you as far as the point with the front office. Like I hope that they don't pressure him. Like they see the effort he was putting in. They see that he actually took it serious and took it upon his shoulders to actually make a difference in his off-season regimen. So just don't hold it against him. Like, these things happen. Like, everyone's saying it's part of the business, is what happens in the game. And I mean, I know it's a totally different position, different player, but I don't know if you've seen a tweet about Stephen Jones talking about, Savon Rebel. Yeah, I'm 99% sure he'll be out there in a couple weeks. It's like, bro, like, that's
No.
they didn't tell him directly, but it's like, you think he gonna be like, you think Savon Rebel gonna come out and be like, oh, I don't know, like, come on, like,
Exactly.
it's like indirect pressure. It's kind of like, what is wrong with the front office to be like,
sis.
You're not gonna ask
Indirect pressure.
you're not gonna ask the guy directly how you're doing. No, you're gonna ask the COO, the owner of the team. Yeah, when do you think you're gonna get back out there? Yeah, he should be out there in 2 weeks. You think the player will come back and say, no, I'm not ready? Like, come on, like, they wrong, sis. They wrong.
That's what they be doing. Like, I'm so glad you pointed that out. And shout out to everybody in the chat, the Basement Boys, Kevin Robinson, Stan the Man, JV, my guy JV. We love JV, such a loyal supporter of both of our channels. But yeah, Steven is definitely putting the pressure on. He's definitely putting the pressure on.
Yeah.
And did you hear what he said about Stefan? I mean, not Stefan. Did you hear what he said about Trevon Diggs talking about what did he say? Talking about
he would have been he'd been so much further along if he would just
worked with our trainers, he would have been further along. Steven, he did that last year. He did that last year and got hurt again.
Okay.
And it's clear from we saw. Do we need to go and look at Diggs versus Savon Revel? Like, we've got the clip.
That's almost night and day as far as their progression.
Night and day. Like, if I bring up, like, bro,
at the beach, y'all, is Rebel doing that? He almost, like, I mean, shout out to Big Game James. I saw a tweet he put out saying you can literally see almost his limp when he's walking on the field. So do you think he can run in the sand dunes right now like Trey Diggs? No, absolutely not.
Exactly. What's his name? Tommy. Okay, here you go. You popping up. Tommy Yarnish.
Shout out to Keystone. What's up, fam? How you doing?
What up, Key? Glad to see you, Key. Glad to see everybody in the chat. Let me see if I can bring that clip up. It went viral. So
yes, please, man.
Everybody was like, God, no.
Right.
He should not. He should not have even been doing that drill. In my opinion,
for real. Like, and the way he came down, the way he landed, like, he could have easily landed awkwardly or wrong on his leg, and that's you can hurt your groin that way. You can hurt an ankle or lower leg injury.
Like, look at this video. We're gonna look at. Okay, that's Diggs, but I gotta pull up the. Damn, what a one of Rebel. Oh, here you go. Sorry, that's the wrong clip. I'm like, where the hell the clip of Rebel at? All right, this is a clip of Rebel. Red shirt Rebel. Oh, what's up, boss?
Hey, shout out to boss. What's up,
boss man? Oh my God, Rico
as well. What's up?
Marcus Blackman. Okay,
yeah, everybody coming through. Appreciate y'all. Really appreciate y'all. Yeah.
And y'all know bosses. Y'all know I love boss. Me and boss talk all the time. So y'all go follow. I call boss the prophet. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything boss say, I swear, every single thing boss say. Like, you may not want to accept it at the time. It's gonna be hard. Me and boss fight so much, but whatever boss say, I'm trying to tell you, like, 99% sure it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's just how it is.
He was spot on with the Bastards versus Sons, and that was something when he first came out with that argument. I thought that was prolific right there, because now all of a sudden a lot of people are talking about it now.
Exactly, like Bastards versus Sons, Kellen Moore in those options. Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore not being on the same page.
Right.
So much stuff. Like, boss us talking about Brian's culture. Like, so much stuff. I promise y'all. Like, you're gonna be mad.
The contract deals.
The deals.
Yeah.
The politics. I'm telling y'all, I'll be so pissed off sometimes at boss because I don't want to accept stuff. But then I'm always looking back at the end and be like, man, boss was right.
Right.
So now today, like, when I'm challenging boss, I always have in the back of my head, like, he probably right. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, no, sometimes my ideas can be true too. But anyway, this is a clip of Revel. It went viral because people were like, "Hell no, he shouldn't even be doing this drill."
It's way too soon,
Like,
man.
look at that.
The way he landed, almost like I gasped when he landed. I'm like, bro,
he is literally like, look how gimpy he looks. Like, first of all, look at this.
Right, he's tiptoeing.
Well,
he's almost tiptoeing.
Then he like stopped and like he looks so bad.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
hell
man.
no, bruh. Hell no.
That's
and
scary,
Steven talk about 2 weeks.
That's
2
scary,
weeks.
sis. That's scary. That
he said 2 weeks. Oh yeah, he could be out there in 2 weeks.
And he talking about
the hell he is.
Right. Come on, man.
I know
we having DB problems right now, but it's not that serious to be rushing the player that you just drafted.
Right. It's like he's a rookie, bro. Like, are you trying to ruin him? But this is the type of dumb stuff Steven and them do. And then, but here go Diggs. He said Diggs is. This is what he did. I mean, Steven said Diggs is quote unquote behind because he did not use their doctors. Okay.
That's ridiculous.
Like this look behind. Like, look how fluid Diggs look.
Oh, you got the clip, sis?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not even sharing it. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I thought I was really sharing it. Okay, hold on. My bad, y'all. Here you go. But here Diggs. Look at Diggs. You don't see no hobbling with Diggs. You don't see no. Wait,
right.
Let me brace. I don't want to hurt. I don't want to tweak right. my knee.
Any any hesitation, right?
Right. Hear him again.
And he planted, like right there on those first couple steps. He planted, Rebel.
Yeah,
he was tiptoeing. He was
exactly. He planning, redirect. See that? Like, come on, man. We could clearly see Diggs is ahead of him, but see, this is what Steven and them, they trying to prove points.
They want to be right.
They want to be right. Like, look at this. Did you see how Diggs turned? Smooth as butter. There's no limp. There's no limp.
I did not see Diggs being this far along. Even before preseason, it's still July. I did not see Diggs being like this in July. I did not see this.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro. Like, Diggs is out there actually covering. I could go to, I'm not going to Instagram, but Diggs was out there. He's actually we have filming him covering wide receivers. Right. Like, he's way ahead. He's way ahead. So it's just like, this shit is ridiculous. Like, he came back early last year. He gonna come back early again this year. So it's just like,
right.
Front office.
Y'all
are letting what's the word? Y'all are letting emotions get in the way of football decisions. This is what the front office do. You're letting emotions get in the place of football decisions.
Right. And also pride as well.
That. Pride.
Now the players are speaking out. Now they're saying, like, look, this is the reason why. And I was in contact with you guys, so now you didn't know. And then all of a sudden you see Diggs being further along than you would have anticipated. But it's like, and even when you still see the film, you see how far along he is. And now he's in camp. So it's like, even shout out to Jay Tuck. He said on Twitter, like, let it go. Like, bro, he's there. It's not like he's still away from the camp. Mike is there. Right. Like, you guys have so much to say, but the players are there. And it's the same that they have to, now they're trying to communicate through the media when the players are there. You can talk to them directly. And you guys still continue to send shots through the media. Still continue to try to assassinate their character when they're there. Now they're there for you. The players are being there for you, the team. And for them to still be trying to denigrate Diggs at this point, it's like, so y'all gotta been dead. It's like,
just stop it. Like, stop going at him. And then Diggs tweeted out today. This is what Diggs tweeted out. Hold on, let me see. I'm like, bro, this shit is getting ridiculous. Like, Diggs in the front office really at a war, and Diggs ain't letting up because he's like, y'all not about to keep lying on me, bro.
Right.
Cap. That's what he tweeted today. Cap.
Period.
Like, bro, stop lying. Stop lying on his name. Like, this whole thing that Jerry did, like, it's such BS. Yeah. But this is what we were saying. Like, we also didn't even talk about, because we didn't talk about Ferg getting paid either, did we? Did Ferg get paid before our last show?
No, that was on a Sunday too. That was over the weekend.
So much stuff happened, damn. Yeah. The injury, the stuff with Diggs.
The padded practices.
The padded practices. Yeah, we got so much to talk about, but we just trying to catch up and just talk about just general Cowboy topic news, but we'll also get to like the actual practices and
yeah.
But I was gonna say with Ferg, like he didn't have to deal to get his deal. And granted, I know it's cheap, but Diggs took a team friendly deal too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, now granted, when it was time to sign Diggs, there was no issue. But front office clearly feels a way about Diggs because I have not heard Jerry put out on any other player that they didn't take their rehab seriously. They don't take their training seriously. Like, I've never heard Jerry say that about any other player. And he intentionally went at Diggs.
Right. And there's other players who, and it's not a shot at any other player, but there's other players, like we just spoke about recently about players being injured. Deuce Vaughn once again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not a shot. Like,
we got so many injuries, it's ridiculous.
Right. And so that's the point I brought up earlier today. It's like, I hate to use examples, but it's like maybe this is why, of course, why Parsons decided to have a hold in. Maybe why Diggs decided to stay away from the facility. I cited your tweet earlier about the players rating the training staff a D last season. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys in there, and they may not have enough guys on staff to take a look.
Yeah, they rated them a D. They rated them a D. Like, people coming at me like, oh, shut up. Stop being dramatic. This is a game of football, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, y'all talking to me like I'm an idiot. I understand how football works. I understand that injuries are a part of the game. I got that. I'm not a dumbass. But what I'm saying is the training staff is inadequate. The players said it their fucking selves. Like, what don't y'all get about that? Y'all act like I'm making it up. The players said it themselves. And then you can see the constant re-injuries. Like, hello.
That part.
Like, Overshown, what's his name? Our tight end that has yet to get on the field, JSJ, John Stevens Jr.
Right. Kalen Carson, he just got I know it's a different injury, but he just got nicked up again.
Like, it's just constant re-injuries. Deuce again with these damn hamstrings. Like, what's going on? Y'all don't want nobody else to use no other trainers. Y'all want them at the facility training, but your training staff is shit.
Correct. And
Terrence Steele, like, your training staff's not good. And it could be just because they're undermanned. But it's like, Jerry, there's no salary cap on the effing training staff.
Facts.
So how are we the richest, best franchise in the sports franchise in the world, but we can't afford the best training staff? Like, come on.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's like, look at this injury list. Shout out to my guy Henny. Me and Henny was arguing earlier. I was arguing with everybody. But anyway, Henny, this is our injuries. Trayvon Diggs, Siobhan Revel, ACL, Josh Butler, ACL, Guyton E, Paris Campbell, MCL, which I think that means he out for the season. Deuce Vaughn hamstring, Andrew Booth hamstring, Akeem Adeniji, some type of head injury. Robert Jones done broke his damn neck. Kalen Carson, like, look at this stuff. Like, this shit is ridiculous.
Wanye not even on there.
Yeah, he don't even have Wanye on here, but Wanye done hurt himself. I don't know what happened to him.
Shit, we forgot the guy who's been there almost 10 years.
Oh yeah, Dak. Like, Dak was having no injury, and all of a sudden, and it's like, granted, a lot of Dak's injuries are like freak injuries, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't think the hamstring, like what the hell is up with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the training staff is inadequate. I don't know if they're the worst in the league. I said they are. They probably not the worst. I'm sure there are some other organizations that are worse, but we damn sure ain't close to the best. Yeah. Like, it's just ridiculous to me. Like, it's just continuously. And it's like, I know ACLs are being torn around the league, but I'm like, a lot of our players are tearing them and then re-tearing. I forgot about Michael Gallup. Like, it's just these constant re-injuries. And it's like, maybe it's because with us, maybe we rush these players back. Maybe that's the issue, really.
That part.
The players ain't ready to be back on the field, but we're like, oh yeah, you can do it, son. You're medically cleared. You're medically cleared.
Either they're threatened with their contracts or they're threatened with replacement. There was Zeke who? I think it was a few years ago when Zeke was playing through injury, I think against the Lions, because they hit him really. I think he had a really bad hit, a lower body hit that I think tried to take out his knees or something like that. But he tried to play through that because Tony Pollard, he came back early from injury because he had Rico down right behind him, and then the following year,
and then he didn't look right. Yeah,
constant, and just like you mentioned with Gallup. With the wide receivers, it's just like they're constantly trying to churn out.
Because it's like Tony Pollard
I don't
was ready
answer because they're pretty much putting band-aids on everything.
Right, it's band-aids, and it's like these players, like they may look ready, but they're not ready. They're not ready, and we can tell on the field. That's what's the problem. Like y'all are telling us, oh, they're ready, but when we look at the film, we're like, this player looks terrible. Like, and they didn't look terrible in the past, but they look terrible now. So it's just like, what is going on? I just think that whole training room needs an upgrade. I'm not saying fire the people, because again, maybe they're just undermanned. I don't know. But I think the whole room needs to be reconstructed. And honestly, I feel like maybe those doctors in there, like y'all been there so long, y'all just do what Jerry and Steven say. Maybe it would be better to get some fresh eyes, some newer medicine ideals in there so that we can get better. You're using training staffs from their oldest dirt. Maybe they don't have the advanced medicine, the skill, the knowledge and shit that they need to do so that the players can stay healthy in today's NFL. I don't know.
I agree with that. I mean, we already see the tailspin, you know what I'm saying, with them bringing new coaching staff. Why not you can always use fresh eyes. The game of football is always changing. It was just 10 years ago, some of the players you see in the league now, you didn't see 5-10 years ago, or vice versa. Players who were in the league 5-10 years ago aren't in the league anymore because things they can progress that fast. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, guys are getting bigger, bulkier, harder hits. You know what I'm saying? We have players putting on weight, taking off weight. I mean, even just between last offseason and this season, we have Ferg who went and got in the weight room, put on weight, and it didn't necessarily work out for him. So now they say he, shed a little bit of weight. Schoolmaker as well, he lost a little bit of weight. So we can, let's talk about Mozzie's weight, him going up and down the weight. It's just like, maybe with some of these players, they have a plan. Maybe they have their favorites. Maybe they go into the draft with a plan what they want to do with these players. But maybe someone when they're not sure on, or maybe they're on the fence of, they try to change them up so much. Or even with the rotation of D coordinators in and out of here, you don't always have a constant. So sometimes these things can kind of throw these players into a loop. You know what I'm saying? Like, knock on wood, Mozzie hasn't been as far as, on the injured side, but as far as like progression, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some of these players are knocked back in progression because they have the constant turnover. The running backs, we haven't had a solid running back since Zeke, even after Pollard left, but we had what was the name, Blasco, who wasn't the greatest running back coach, but we always had he pretty much is like a committee since then. So sometimes a fresher eyes from outside the building, not just bringing in your friends, not just hiring guys who have been here for 20-30 years because they know Jerry, because Jerry can trust them, and vice versa, where they're gonna say that Dick should have been here, we could have this, we could have did that, more than an outside source could have. They're gonna say that because Jerry, they're on the payroll, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes fresh eyes from outside can sometimes revamp an organization, you know what I'm saying? So I just
right. I mean, look at what the coaching staff, and that's a great, exactly what you said. We can pivot. Shout out to B Bird, OG B Bird, in the chat. Really appreciate you being here, B Bird. Swain as well, our guy Swain. Really appreciate you being in here with us, Swain.
Appreciate you.
But segueing into how new ideas, new eyes can upgrade something, right? We're seeing a difference. We titled this show like Cowboys discipline is the issue. And I'm like, dang, to hear that got that quote straight from C. Dangerous Lamb. On his interview today. I think, did he have it up? Come on, John Machota, you ain't got it. Who put out the
It might have been Archer. I think I might have. Let me see.
Maybe
somebody
is
put
Archer.
A quote out.
I was like, somebody put the quote out because they got the actual thing up, but I didn't timestamp it, so I don't know.
Yeah, me either. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing. Okay.
Let me see. Dang, but this don't have discipline is the issue in there. I saw it from somewhere. I promise he said it. Maybe it was Patrick No-C. Maybe. I don't know. Y'all know I just got to go to 100 people's page. I should have bookmarked it.
Oh, here. I think I got it. I got it. It's Archer. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Okay, bring it up. Yeah. But I just went to Archer. I didn't see the discipline. I see Patrick No C kind of got it. Where CD was saying we need discipline.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
talent is
Archer
he
had
was
the same
saying
quote.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can bring it up. But yeah, he said, do we want to be champions? Because throughout the years of us being here we go. Yeah. Talent was never the problem for us. It was always discipline. How do we get ahead and not behind? How do we not shoot ourselves in the foot? How do we not hurt ourselves? Honestly, when that momentum is going our way, we need to continue to keep the foot on the pedal and make the right play. Always think about the team. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I told y'all, I did a video about CD. Like, actually, it was a live. Like, CD is different. He on a totally different type of time. Like, he's like, it's about the team. It's about the team. And I'm glad that Schotty is making us do mostly team periods because, years past, we would do 7-on-7. We did a lot of individual drills, especially under Mike and Dan Quinn. But with Schotty, we don't really see much of that anymore. Like, everything is team.
Right.
Because he was like, that's what we... And remember when Mike McCarthy made those changes in the middle of the season? What did he say we needed to do? What did he say the changes was?
When, last year?
Yeah, last year. Like, Mike McCarthy said they were switching to team period. He was like, we're going to do less individual drills and more team period. So, yeah. So, that's what our team needs. But when CD talks about the discipline, today, the guys, and you can bring it up since everybody had it, but...
Oh, yeah, the running
right, the players got into a fight again. They said it was almost 3 fights again. They've been fighting literally every day. I do feel like this camp is like, it is different. It is different. I don't know what the results are going to yield. I don't know if this going to make a difference. But what we're seeing is way the camp is being ran is different. What's up, Stephen White, HW? Glad to see you. And she's pulling it up, but it's like, we never saw no shit like this. We never saw Mike McCarthy enforce discipline to the players in practice. Yeah, we saw him bring in the refs, when it came to penalties and shit. But we never saw you're effing up. Here's the punishment. I feel like Schotty is bringing back kind of like the old school type of coaching. Like, his mentor is Pete Carroll. Like, football is still football at the end of the day. Like, you gotta freaking hold players accountable. Like, you can't just talk to them. That's soft. Like, where's the consequences for your mistakes? I've talked to y'all multiple times. Stop effing fighting. Y'all still fighting? All right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I saw somebody on the sideline doing push-ups. I don't know why he was doing push-ups.
Yeah, that was Wanya. I saw him too.
Because he can't run. So they were like, you can't run? Get to doing push-ups too. He probably like, what I got to do with it? He's like, I don't care. You a part of this team.
Right.
Everybody will do it together. Just because people like, they ain't out there running, they jogging. It's like, they are running, guys. They ain't gonna be sprinting. Like, are they trying to? They're not trying to hurt themselves, but
And would y'all rather be out there practicing football or running? You know what I'm saying? Do you think the players be out there actually doing drills or running? Like, it's not about running or jogging or sprinting. No, it's about
sprinting or whatever the fuck.
Plays, or you're gonna be running back and forth on the sideline. It's about fun. Exactly. It's about fun versus business. That's the punishment. You're not doing
exactly,
fun.
Sis. It's about fun. Exactly.
Okay, that's enough for the fun shit. I think that's the whole point that trying to get across. You feel me, sis? It's like not about doing, okay, they're not running. No, it's about, okay, y'all want to BS? Okay, all right, let's do this then. You know what I'm saying? It's about that.
And that's what he was saying. He was like, y'all want to effing fight? Like, all right, go ahead. Like, this is what y'all are going to be doing. Like, running back and forth. And they were like, they did this for like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Just literally running back and forth, back and forth. And then he ended practice and cussed him out. So
I'm right.
HW crazy. Candace Parker's a hater. I'm not. I appreciate you, HW. He said he a Bear fan. I appreciate you, HW, for showing me love. Too. I appreciate you so much.
In the chat, HW, you got to let us know what you're thinking about. Fluke's coming over here. With some of the coordinators from the Bears, and what you think about him coming to the Cowboys. Let us know. how Flukes was for y'all last year.
Oh
Even though
That's a good question. That's a good
You know what
point,
I'm
sis.
saying?
Yeah, let us know. HW in the chat. Let us know. But
yeah,
to me, this is just different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I like to see players physically reprimanded for their mistakes. Like, you can only talk to somebody so much. Like, if
for
talking's
real.
not working, you're gonna have to take action.
Yeah.
So I'm glad about this. Yeah.
No,
Go
I'm
ahead.
with you too. I mean, just on your point about Mike McCarthy, and even like you said last year, we receive vets with days off. You know what I'm saying? You know, where's this person? Where's this person? Oh, you know, they're doing this. Oh, we're giving them a little bit of break. No,
all these
like
days off, all these
2:45.
breaks.
Right, no, 2:45 to 4:00, we're gonna be going 100 miles per hour. Everybody out here, like you said, with team drills and everybody participating. Everyone's being hyped up. Even the coaching staff, from the players down to the coaching staff, everyone's gonna be out here running. You know, either being active, you know, being physically involved. And that's my thing about. It's not just, you know, even you know, in previous seasons we see Mike McCarthy, the training staff out there with the players, but we wouldn't see the coaching staff being physically involved. That's really one of the main things I love about these practice is that we see the physicality with the coaching staff as well. So of course, we're gonna get into that a little bit later. But one thing I took from Klayton Adams press conference is that he spoke about that not only, because I think we talked about this a lot, you know, in our previous show, Star, that not only does Schottenheimer let the players be themselves, but Klayton Adams spoke to the fact that Schottenheimer let the coaches be themselves, and we saw them out there with Spider-Man masks and jumping up and down,
right,
acting like they're, you know, riding horses with the broomsticks, like
because he makes
like,
the
coaches
coaches
want to make fun, but it's about being fun. Yeah, it's about them being.
It's about being fun. It is like Schotty makes the coaches compete. Like, he makes them compete about who's the hypest, who does the most crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he makes everybody compete. Like, the whole culture every day compete. And, you know, I'm liking what I'm seeing. And this guy on the thumbnail, I'm so sad for my guy Deuce, because I'm like, this is not good for Deuce, because as soon as Deuce go down, guess who starts going off? Jadon Blue. And they said today, look at this crazy stuff the coach is doing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you see that? My bad. I mean, I know you're looking at.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. You don't have to go. You don't have to go back.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about it. But
too. Like, they want to be out there having fun. You know what I'm saying? I love that.
Exactly. But it's like, soon as Deuce goes down, Jadon Blue starts going off, and they said Jadon Blue is participating with the first team. I'm like, damn. So it's like, because it's like, Deuce, you got hurt right when we went in the pads. Like, fuck. So it's like, now they're really counting pads. You could tell how quickly they moved Blue up. He had 3 good practices. They said, okay, now you start practicing with the first team. It's like, damn. So it's like, this is, you know, clearly pads make all the difference to the coaches. So it's really important that the players participate. But anyway, seeing Jadon Blue, I don't know if they had any clips of him today, but, you know,
they had a few.
Yeah, they had a few. This clip, he with the second team, but I think that's not that impressive. Let me see if they got. Okay, look at this one. They said this one's good. Okay. Now, granted, all these clips with the second team, so I don't know why they don't have no clips. They said he was with the first team. I don't see no clips of the first team, but it is what it is. But yeah, Jadon Blue. Now, technically, I don't know if this right here would have been an actual touchdown. Because, well, no, I guess so, because they're supposed to be wrapping up. I think they just let him go. I think he would have got stopped, but anyway, let's look at this clip and see who is here. Austin Richards, that's Jay Toya. Look at, I see Jay Toya getting beat too. See,
right,
but it's all right.
They said he was moving well today. They said he was moving well today, and that looked like Bass.
Yeah, they said he was moving well, and he was.
That is. Oh my gosh.
That is
Come on,
TJ
man.
Bass. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I get so mad because it's like niggas trying to bully me. People are
Right.
always trying to bully me for my thoughts and opinions. It's like, damn. Like, all I was saying today is let's be fair. Let's be fair about calling out people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, if you're gonna call this player out because you see him on the ground, then call that player out too when you see him on the ground. Call that player out when you see him getting stonewalled. But they don't do that shit to everybody else. People, it's just a narrative and everybody is on that narrative. And so they make
Right.
you feel like you're the dumbass when you're not following the narrative. Like, oh, you just don't know football. Oh, you just don't know what you talk about. Like, okay.
Right.
So, but anyway, and Jay may have had reps with the first team, but he's definitely getting his ass beat here in this clip with TJ Bass. Like, y'all on Mozzie head because he's getting handled by the best guard in the league, all pro. Like, y'all on his ass because he getting tore up by Tyler Smith. But when you see Jay Toya out here, who y'all talk about Mozzie time done, he's over here getting pushed by TJ Bass. Like, just stop. Just stop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to bring a vet in, period. Like, we need to bring a vet in.
Yeah, and a certified vet, because even on that note, sis, they brought in a Solomon Thomas, and I love Solomon Thomas for his line, and he's doing very well. But I mean, to your point, Booker, I've seen Booker at least turn Solomon Thomas on his back at least a couple times during the blue and white practice.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I understand, you know what I mean? But it's like, come on, bro.
And I'm trying to get people to realize, like, y'all are just focusing on Mozzie because Mozzie's supposed to be this and that. But I'm like, y'all are not focusing on the fact that they've been starting Osa and Solomon next to each other. So that means they either got I've seen Thomas in the middle of the defense talk about he's gonna defeat the teams with quickness and technique. Can y'all shut that would work. And I talked to my guy, someone who played football, since y'all say I don't know fucking football because I didn't play the game because I'm a woman. So I talked to someone who played the fucking game of football. Lou's Takes, one of our best upcoming young content creators. Right. And he was like, yes, Star, you can be. Because I said, let me go ask my content brothers. Because people saying, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm like, let me go ask the people who coach, who played football. I said, Lou, when it comes to the run game, can you stop it with quickness? Can you stop it with finesse? And he said, yes, Star, you can. He said, but that only works for zone teams. That's what he said. That only works for teams who run zones, so like inside zone, outside zone. He said, now, but the teams who we struggle against are the teams that are going to run power gap football. That means where they pulling guards and pulling tackles and fullbacks, and they're just running the ball straight down your effing throat. Right. He was like, that quickness shit is not going to work. And we clearly have seen in the clips, Solomon Thomas at the nose getting pushed, Osa at the nose getting pushed. Like, everybody is getting pushed, but they say, well, that doesn't matter because those are 3 techs. That's what I'm hearing. It doesn't matter because those are 3 techs. Exactly. But I'm like, last time I checked, 3 techs can also stop the run as well. Like, 3 techs can't stop the run. Like, I'm not saying that they're the focal point. I clearly know the nose is your big guy in the middle. You need that big guy in the middle to help stop the run. Flus even said that. Like, yes, size does matter. Size matters in the middle. But what I'm saying is but Flus also said it takes a complete effort to stop the run. It takes everybody to stop the run. It takes even the safeties. And I think when we make people the whipping boy, it gives everybody else an excuse.
Exactly.
That person, the linebacker is way out of the gap, or Donovan Wilson is out of the gap, but Mozzie got pushed, so it's Mozzie's fault. No. Donovan Wilson's supposed to be run support.
Because he even mentioned about the corners being the corners being short tacklers.
Talk about it, sis. Because I'm gonna just say this one thing. Boss did a whole show where he was explaining to people that we were getting attacked. They were attacking our corners. Now, were there A-gap runs? Yes, there were runs up the A-gap, especially during the Ravens game. Everybody got the clips, yes.
Yeah.
So we're not saying we never got ran on, but if you want to look at how over the years, look how teams have been destroying us. They've been destroying us over the edges. The film is out, so they know y'all's corners don't want to tackle. So that's who they attack.
Exactly.
Like, two teams attack. When we lost, when we got our asses blown out by the Saints, they were just running sideline to sideline on our asses. Like, when we got destroyed by Green Bay in the playoffs, Aaron Jones, if you look at where most of his runs were, they were outside the tackles, not up the middle. So yes, the nose tech is 100% important, but everybody has to do their job to stop the run, or it's not gonna work. Mozzie could do his job effing perfectly. Oh, I hold up the block, but if the linebacker is not in the right gap, touchdown. Like, it don't matter. Like, everybody has to do their job when it comes to stopping the run. That's the only effing point I'm trying to make. I critique Mozzie. I've said I don't like what I'm seeing out of these clips. I've said that.
Yeah.
I've said the DT room don't look good to me. I've said all of this, but what I'm trying to say is everybody deserves criticism. I'm looking at the D-line in every clip, and I'm seeing everybody get pushed. I'm seeing Stonewall. Yes, I'm seeing some people win, but I'm also seeing losses. So let's just call a spade what it is. Everybody is winning. Everybody is losing, but only it matters with Mozzie, right? Because, I could go on and on about this, but it's just like, y'all pointing out one person, but the run game is on everybody. It's not just on Mozzie. That's all I'm trying to say. It's just not all on Mozzie. That just don't make sense.
I 100% agree with you. It's kind of giving an excuse, and I definitely feel what you're saying, because it's just like even when they're trying to credit Mozzie, because even when during Tyler Smith's interview, he just mentioned about Mozzie losing weight, but that's supposed to help his quickness going up the field, and that's when the media wants to jump on. Okay, well, you mentioned Mozzie losing weight. You think it's a lot of weight? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? And it's like, they find any excuse to kind of bring up this man's mistake, and it's just like, okay, we understand he's a first round pick, we understand, but for me, at least me personally, I love that. I don't know if it's Schotty who keeps bringing it up or if it's Flus, but they're constantly bringing it up that it's his third defensive coordinator in 3 years. And I'm saying guys simply just can't develop like that. Whether you're a D tackle, whether you're a wide receiver, I think if you're any player on the field, if you have 3 different coordinators in 3 years, just like if you're maybe you're a military brand, you move around a lot,
right?
You have 3 different schools in 3 years. Do you think you're progressing that well in 3 different schools? If you just go to school in one area for 4 years, you have the same, either the same teacher or the same system for 4 years, same friends. You can kind of develop, I don't want to say better, but you have a more stable environment. So how do you think a player's development how do you think a player's supposed to develop? How do you think it's supposed to be enriched by their environment if they have constant turnover, constant change, different, constant scheme changes? And that goes into it too, different players around you, you bringing in different free agents who maybe be telling you different things. You had Limbaugh Joseph last year, now you have Solomon Thomas telling you this, so it's just a lot. I feel you start, like, I can understand, it's one thing, we do expect your first round pick, and that's why when they brought in these former first round picks, we do expect them to get back to where they are. Kyrie, we love what we're seeing. Solomon Thomas, we love what we're seeing. He's kind of getting, hopefully wants to bring something back to his hometown, but we also got to think about Mozzie's development. You guys, I think we just got to kind of take a step back and just realize that this guy's been thrown has had so many things thrown at him. He comes into a system, a Quinn, then Zimmer, then Flus, then you're around different free agents for all those 3 years. They're trying to bring in different support systems all those 3 years. He's just, it's a whirlwind.
That's what I'm saying. It's a whirlwind. It's like
it's different terminology, all that
right.
stuff.
It's so much. It's like his scheme has changed every year. What they want him to do, his weight, up and down, up and down, up and down. You know what I'm saying? He loses all his weight so that he can be quicker on DQ scheme. Then he comes to Zimmer. Zimmer don't want no skinny ass DT, so he had to gain all his weight back while rehabbing his shoulder and back. Then this year, Mozzie, we need you to lose weight again because we need you quicker, get upfield, and we need you to play. So it's like, it's so much, and it's like, yes, Mozzie is not aura forming or a clip forming guy. So it's like I can only trust that Mozzie put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Over the off season, I don't know because
Right.
he does not film himself ever. You ain't gonna see no video of him working out or nothing. He just don't do that. And maybe that's just a preference of his. He just don't do that. But I think that Mozzie is just he's embracing the scheme, but it's gonna take him a while. And then when you go to Tyler Smith, who is now 4 years into the league, he came into the league with superhuman strength.
Right.
So it's like, what are y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just technical things that Mozzie's got to work on. I just don't find it. I know that we don't love how he's looking in the clips, but I'm like, listen, I got 2 years worth of film. I know Mozzie's issues. I know that he got better from year 1 to year 2. And DTs are a slow cook position. It takes about 3 to 4 years for you to really see them. We didn't see Osa truly be dominant till year 4 or 5, and that's a 3. And that's a 3 tech. Mozzie's a 1 tech. Who they trying to say is gonna be a 3 tech? Like, it's a lot of shit going on. That's all I'm trying to say. Like,
yeah, and I'm with you. For those who maybe say, well, we see Osa progress, because I'll even say we see Osa progress every year. But for me, I think that's more so on Osa's. That's more so on him. That's his talent. That's him working hard every offseason to better himself.
Right.
But as far
because
as, I'm not saying it had nothing to do with the coaching, but I think he just progressed his own, you know?
And I remember, shout out to Law. Law was saying that our first D coordinator, D line coach that Mozzie came in under, Aiden Dirty, he wasn't good. And that he was teaching the players the wrong shit, and trainers in the offseason were having to correct it.
Wow.
So there's just a lot of shit, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying don't talk about Mozzie, don't point out his flaws. Of course, everybody deserves to be critiqued 100%. I'm not saying baby him, don't talk about him. That's not the shit that I'm doing or saying. What I'm saying is everybody need to be held accountable, because we always do that on this team. We single out one player. Dak is a key one. Like, every time shit go wrong, Dak this and Dak that. Law came up with the thing DPF. Everything Dak Prescott fault. And now y'all trying to act like on the line, everything is Mozzie's fault. Everything Mozzie Smith fault. Yup, we can't start around. Fuck Mozzie. He sucks. He a bud. Like, goddamn. Like, I guess it's just only Mozzie's fault.
Call it out.
Like, I'm sitting. I'm tired of it. He a bust. Okay. He a bust. Well, let's cut him today then. And then look at your DT room. Like, just
because no one I hate to say no one else, but no one's really, I mean, everybody has sparks here and there, but no one's really popping off the page to really solve.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody I don't care what they say about Perion Winfrey. I'm like, listen, we know Perion Winfrey got talent, but he's a 3 tech. He's a 3 tech. So yeah, I'm sure he can stop the run here and there, but he's a 3 tech. So that still ain't solving your run problems.
Yeah, and then they're saying Sam Williams is now coming along and stopping the run, but that's not his primary. You know what I'm saying? He goes after the quarterback. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And Nealon too. I mean, Nealon has some run stop ability too. But I think, I mean, and he said he's kind of laying off the bull rush a little bit, but I think he's still working on his technique to still go after the quarterback. I don't think run stopping is going to be his focus. Well, they're trying to make it his focus, but I don't think that's his personal focus. So I think, and I mean, I don't know if this was your point, sis, but also on the front office too, they're constantly bringing in players, quote unquote, but you're bringing in edges, you're bringing in 3 techs. Like, when are you actually going to bring in the actual?
When are you going to actually bring in a veteran nose tech? Because I don't care how much people say, "Oh, Jay look good," and that's not the solution to the problem. No. Y'all did that same shit. Remember, y'all hold Mozzie to the standard because they say, we drafted you in the first round. We drafted you to stop the run. But now, Mozzie was drafted in the first round. But now, you want, what's up to my guy Brian on Facebook? I appreciate you. And Stanford Brown. I don't know if I shouted you out, but, and it's like,
facts.
And it's like, shit, I lost my train of thought. But, what was I saying? I lost it. It's okay. But whatever. I'm just saying, like, ultimately, stopping the run. If y'all remember in chat, remind me. But
Yes, please, about being the only solution that's stopping
Right?
the run.
Yeah.
The front office bringing in
That's
three
what we're
techs
talking
and
about.
edges.
Yeah, it's like
all the
when are
problems.
you gonna bring in a nose tech? And shout out to B-Bird, he was like, I don't think Flus wants a true nose tech, but I will push back, and Boss did show that like, no, Flus still had 300-pound one techs on his team. Now he does. I heard this. Flus doesn't want them to be versatile, but he still had big boys. Like, you know, he wasn't in there with tweeners like they like having Solomon Thomas at the nose. Osa, like, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
No, it's not. Even with J2E out there moving, I mean, even he like you mentioned earlier, like he's still getting pushed back. And even if he was doing everything he was supposed to be doing, it's a rookie. Like it's really a rookie, like
place
to put all that
right
on
to
rookie.
Put that all on a
That's
rookie. Like it just doesn't make sense, because it's like, yeah, you can look good, but you're also gonna hit a rookie wall as well. Like
he gonna hit the rookie wall for state of fact. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if they just did it just for show, but you know, they even said Booker, quote unquote, hit a wall. That's why they had to put Rob Jones in to create competition. Which whatever reason was behind that, I do like it, because it does show the other players that they're sticking by their mantra of competition, of competing every day. But at the same time, it's like you still gotta have these have these players earn it. But at the same time, you can't lay everything on a J2E's shoulder, especially when he's, I don't know, I forget, 6th or 7th round pick.
7th round pick,
like he's here for.
Exactly, like he can help us. I did a film review on him. I think he's great, and I think he can help us. He can get snaps. But depending on J2E to come in here and stop the run, stop teams from running down our throat, y'all gotta be crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
and I would even feel better if they had something to say about J2E and Tommy Akingo Sote. But I have yet to really hear
talking about Tommy at all.
So
nobody's talking about Denzel Daxon, and I think Denzel Daxon is supposed to be another nose tech. You're not hearing nothing about Denzel Daxon.
Yeah. Right. I think maybe the first day of practice I heard, you know, he's popping out a couple things in the line of scrimmage, caused a forced fumble.
That's about it. But then also look at this. If Flus didn't want big guys, why would he draft J2E, who's 340 pounds? And then he moving him up to the first team. He clearly wants bigger bodies there. He clearly wants bigger bodies there.
Right. And you cut Justin Rogers. Like,
why did we cut Justin Rogers for we did not need Denzel Daxon. I mean, not Denzel Daxon. You cut Justin Rogers for Perion Renfrey. And it's like, you didn't have to cut Justin Rogers. You could have cut Matt Walesko. How is Matt Walesko still on the team?
Hey, talk about a ghost in that left tackle spot. Like, I don't know what. He's just literally taking up a spot. That's a no shot, man. And no offense, bro. But he's
some of these bum ass corners or Jalen Moreno Cropper that's been here for 4 camps. We know he's not making the team, but you cut Justin. Now, granted, with Justin Rogers, he got cut, he got picked up, and then got cut again. So I don't know. He may be going through an issue, like medically, or maybe a mental issue. I don't know, because it's like, why would you get cut that fast? That many times. So it's like, you've been on 3 teams and you only been in the league 1 year. That's not good.
Yeah, that's insane right there. So hold on, let me see what other. Yeah, if we want to get into before we get out of it, well, we need to have a little bit to talk about Klayton Adams presser if you want.
Let's get into that. Let's get into that. Did you have any?
Yeah, I mean,
any notes from it?
Yeah, I had some notes on it. Yeah, I really love, you know, and I saw, you know, just looking at some of the comments underneath the video, I really agree with some of Cowboys Nation. Just off some of first impressions, I know he's been here for a little bit, you know, some of the interviews we've seen in the beginning of the offseason and things like that, man. Like, I love this guy's energy. You can just feel his grit when he's talking. Because I just love the you know, I know people say like the aura that he's bringing to his team. He has a super gritty voice. Like, you feel me? Like, he's just like, and just like I said earlier about Guyton kind of being straightforward. He's kind of straightforward with how he talks. He's like, look, this is what I want. I'm looking for this in our players. You know, this person brings this to the table. This person brings that to the table. I love this about this guy. You know, you can already see he's kind of built the relationships. You know, he pretty much knows, you know, his stars on the line, the backup guys as well. Spoke about the run game. Like, this is the thing I want to talk about from what he's talked about. I want to talk about the running back, because I was surprised, but he sounds like he likes, the running back room that we have right now. I kind of released a reel a couple of days ago, just with some clips from the blue and white practice, and I like our running backs too. You know what I'm saying? I know in the beginning of offseason, there were some talks from Cowboys Nation about possibly going to get another running back, and I just seen recently Zach Moss is now, I believe, hitting the free agency, was now released from I forget what the Bengals or I forget what team's been released from.
Yeah,
but,
I think it was a Bengals.
I'm just. I think it was the Bengals too. So I'm surprised that Klayton likes our running back room. But after the blue and white practices, and really after these past couple of padded practices, I'm now kind of see why Sanders' name was kind of being thrown out there. I thought Williams' name was kind of being thrown around a lot, but I like what Sanders kind of bring into the run game, the pass game as well, the backfield. I've seen Dak him a couple times with some passes like that. I really like that assist like that. Sanders is showing some burst at that backfield. I didn't expect that. I'm not gonna lie.
That's true, sis. And shout out to my guy, Big Game James. He's the one who told me, like, Star, go watch Sanders. I'm like, okay. And so I only got like halfway through it. I still got to watch the second half of the game, but I watched the last game of the season of the Panthers versus the Falcons, and he had 2 huge passing plays, catching the ball. So I'm like, oh wow. So. Okay. Us seeing him like actually catching the ball and stuff like that, like he does that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And apparently, like, and he just did an interview with Nicole Hutchinson. I didn't watch it, but but he said that he feels like he's just trying to show people like I can still play football. Like people think that like he's washed or he sucks or whatever, because obviously he hasn't had a Pro Bowl year since that 1 year in Philly. But you got to know when he went to the Panthers, like he had that coach for 1 year, and then Frank Reich was fired, and then they brought in David Canales, and they drafted Jonathan Brooks.
Right, a first-time head coach, young ass
like they
coach.
drafted Jonathan Brooks, and then Chuba Hubbard was in there, so it was just like a preference of back. They just didn't want Sanders, so they didn't really, emphasize him or anything like that. So I don't know, but yeah, he has been popping up on my radar, and some people think that he's probably going to be RB1 because honestly, I haven't heard anything about Williams and nothing about Maffa. Like I'm like,
I've been hearing something more recently about Maffa. I think
Schotty said something about Maffa for sure, but I'm like, I haven't seen like no clips or nobody really talking about Maffa. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of liked how Maffa was running in the blue and white game. I think I kind of said it before, like I don't know about the start of the season. Like I know they're gonna give everybody, a fair shot and things like that. And I don't know, I don't think Maffa will be a starter, but I feel like towards the end of the season or down the line, I feel like Maffa can be a closer. The way he was running in that blue and white, practice, I just feel like he makes sure, number one, he protects the ball. That's one thing I love. And he comes downhill. Yeah. He protects the ball, comes downhill, and has no problem hitting it. And he's thorough, and the way he follows through on his runs as well. I really like that as well. I just feel like I've seen some clips of some creators saying that he runs kind of high. I've seen that, which I can't understand that because I'm saying sometimes that is how the ball can get knocked out. I'm saying they're not careful with it, but I feel like I said, I feel like he protects the ball, and I just feel like he's just a strong runner. Like I said, I think I said it before. I think down the line this season, Blue will end up being a starter, Maffa will be the backup. But how we've seen, I think maybe last year, a couple of years ago, how we seen Zeke kind of close games out. I think that would be Maffa's role.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a role that he kind of fills out because he's just a punisher coming downhill, and he can get the yardage. And so it's not just about getting those dirty yards; he can get those 4 or 5 yards.
I agree with that.
And even maybe convert to first downs. You know what I'm saying? I love his run style, and just kind of piggyback off on what you're talking about with Sanders. Like I said, I like his burst coming out the backfield and. Not that he's, he can be a downhill runner. I do like that he kind of offers different aspects to his game. So I can kind of see why, because I wasn't really focused on Sanders to start off with. I thought it would be Williams to kind of be, because they were talking a lot about Williams being a starter.
Here's a good clip of Williams today. I didn't even know they posted him. But yeah, go ahead.
And I was just hearing, I really the only person I heard talk about talk about Sanders with Nick Eatman. He said that he possibly saw him being the starter, and I was like, okay, because I didn't really see a lot from Sanders. But after this past weekend and seeing a couple of padded practices, I could see why Sanders could be, a standout guy to be, the number one guy in Dallas, which is a surprise, you know what I'm saying? Because with him coming from Philly, with him, because I have watched a couple of his interviews, and at first I was kind of like, him coming from a division rival, I wasn't sure how he would come into the building, but he's fully embraced the team. He was one of the main players to talk about the relationship with Schotty, talking about how Schotty reached out to him in the off season and just kind of building that relationship, and with the other guys in the room, talking about, I think I got some notes from that interview. There was 3 words he used to really describe that room. He said the 3 words he would use would be tough, resilient, and explosive. And if you really look at all these guys in the room, you see toughness from Maffa, even from Blue. Like I wouldn't say, I probably wouldn't use the word toughness, but I like how he dances kind of in between the tackles. You can kind of see the way that his footwork is. Oh my God, it's just like the way he was working that blue and white. Oh my God,
he has the ability to get super skinny in the hole, and he can go from 0 to 100 real quick. So he has that he can hit that second gear like.
And we see that too in them padded practice. We see him because I think there was a clip where he was running, not coasting, but he was running, and then he looked over to his left and seeing a defender behind him. And he just hit that jet, and I'm like, look, man, I can see why Blue, like to your point earlier, I can see why he would move up to the first team so quickly, because he just has his his skills about him, but. I think now he's taking, not that the article was a problem. I'm just saying he's kind of, gotten through those little problems to get through camp, kind of introduce himself through his play. And I think from now, I think not that it'll be easy for him now, but I just think from now he'll be able to, get through what he needs to get through. And I think, camp and preseason will kind of, come to him pretty nicely. I think he'll be able to embrace his role nicely.
Thanks. I agree with that, sis. And, I think, I am liking this. I am liking the competition of this camp, because it really does feel like a real competition. Like, it feels like everybody is really, like, actually competing. And there are rooms that are question marks, but that's also good. It's bad, but it's good, because if you get somebody in here of a higher caliber, it's like everybody already knows who the starter is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you have guys who really, like, competed and grinded for this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they're going to bring a different feel, because they're going to know this position was not given to me. Like, I really earned it. I was started off at a level playing field with the rest of these backs, and I rose to the top by just being the most consistent and the best. So, even in this clip, do I see Osa? Yep. Yeah, I think that's Osa getting stonewalled. But anyway, at the end of the day, something else, with did you have more comments on
on Klayton Adams? He pretty much spoke about the competition on the line. I just like how he spoke about, he was able to speak about Booker, spoke about BB. We can actually talk about, I like how he, I know that Booker's the first round pick, Guyton is the second round guy, having a lot of pressure, things like that. Still, it's kind of on the mend right now, coming right back. But and shout out to Patrick and O.C. Walker. I just love what he brings to this this space right here. He always asks the right questions. And I like that he asked the question about BB and his progression, because he said, a lot of guys, of course, they're being talked about because right now, that's some of the hot topics right now in the nation. But he wanted to give Cooper Beebe his credit, and now he's coming into his second year, and with having his guy Connor Riley there coming from the college level. So I do like that. Klayton Adams kind of just kind of further expound just a little bit from his point of view. Of course, only he can give that about the relationship between Connor Riley and Cooper Beebe, and just how Cooper has kind of embraced his second year. I'll say, let me see. My notes say he's improved his communication within the line, also making his IDs at the line. And he said that he hopes that BB can kind of continue his progression into a second year. Especially within that core. He didn't speak too specifically about the core, but just really having he did say it was kind of too early, as far as moving Tyler Smith over to left tackle. But I think they do have the idea of keeping that core together, because he did speak about he also spoke about having dynamic wide receivers on the outside, so that way they can attack the middle. But I think that's why that's going to be something important. You don't want to move a core piece. Not that you would move Tyler Smith anyway, but I think that being a core piece to
they're not going to move Tyler Smith, and I don't think they should move Tyler Smith at all. Facts. It's like, because I think he said something along the lines of like, you probably you got to be versatile unless you're an all pro at that position. Like, They're not moving Tyler Smith,
Yes.
and remember,
Yeah.
they're in lockstep with Duke. Remember, same
Correct.
page, and Duke already
Mm-hmm.
said, "Do not move Tyler Smith." So we're not going to be moving Tyler Smith. They're going to let Nate Thomas,
Right.
who allegedly had a good day today, compete. And whoever
Yeah.
else, but they're not moving Tyler Smith. I am glad of what I'm seeing and hearing about BB. BB looks great, looks big, looks strong,
Yeah.
looks very
Yeah.
strong. I've saw him at least stonewall every single one of our DTs. So one on
Mm-hmm.
one, like BB looks very strong. He looks very confident. And I think that's what he said. Like, he pointed out, like, the way that BB has gotten better is just his confidence is just through the roof, and how he's taking command and, pointing out things at the line and stuff like that. Which, y'all know, I cried when we got Cooper BB. So none of this stuff is a shock, because I already knew this was who Cooper BB was. I already knew that he was this type of
Yeah.
player, and that no problem. Like, I knew that Cooper BB was going to easily translate, plug and play player. So, but I am glad. I think I'm trying to see if there's anything else that he really said that's like
That really stood out like
important.
that.
I don't think. Oh, he did talk about being stagnant. He was like, Schotty has spoke
Yeah.
about it, but he just reiterated it, like, we
Yeah.
have to use motion. Like, we have to use motion. So that's good, guys. That we
Yeah.
really should be
And
excited about that, because
yeah, and
we
he
did
spoke
not
about
have
attacking the
that.
edges too. And he spoke about attacking the edges too with the running back. I love the and marrying the play and run action. I love that he didn't
Exactly. Like,
elaborate too much about it. I'm glad that he mentioned about attacking the edges, because that's one thing. Like you said, it's one thing to do inside, because I think that was a question asking you about in the previous season doing inside zone. You know what I'm saying? And I do like that they brought up that I think they said Arizona was 27th, Cowboys were 29th as far as using motion at the line, but it also shows that he's willing to, change something up that he did as early as last year. He's able to, willing to come in with Schottenheimer. He spoke about how that Schottenheimer is also sharpening his skills. That Schottenheimer is
right.
really good for his development as well, as far as play calling. And this is, he talked about how this is kind of the time where they want to figure out what they want to call, because, Schottenheimer mentioned that he also had, Klayton Adams calling some plays in practice too, so they're kind of just figuring out the plays that they want to get going with this offense. How they want to attack the run game, how they want to attack the pass game as well. So I've seen just some mixes from Cowboy Nation about are we going to have a run game? Is it going to be all pass? What's it really going to look like? I think they're just really in the process of still figuring that out. They said he's even said they're still in the process of just figuring out what individually and collectively what the line does well. Period. So they're really still in that. I mean, we got to think about Cowboy Nation. We're literally still in July. We haven't even hit August yet. So these guys are still doing install, still just now getting into padded practices. So I mean, I see the media kind of chopping at the bit. Where the deep passes. We've seen a couple already, but where the deep passes, where's this, where's that, and even Schottenheimer was like, look, just how we had to do like a ramp up period to get ready for camp. There's a ramp up period when it comes to play calling, and you don't sometimes. I mean, we do see it in games sometimes, but we don't always see every game where they come out and launch the ball down the field, right? You kind of have to build up to it, have to get the players conditioned, what I'm saying? Start off running the ball, what I'm saying? You have to kind of work your way into it. So I'm just got, kind of round everything up with kind of what we talking about. I like that they're exploring what they have with their guys, seeing what their guys are good at, what they're bad at, or where they have weaknesses at, I should say, and then try to strengthen those. And then they want to be able to, kind of not upgrade, but kind of improve the line, no matter who they have at the bookends, right? Because, we're having some issues right now at both sides. So they have the guys to be able to, come into those spots and just to really see what these guys can work on and what they can, see as a pro and what they see as a con as well.
Facts. I agree with that. I think that, yeah, I think that when it comes to, Clay and, basically how they want to be able, it just feels like, him and Schotty have this symbiotic relationship where
yes,
they are just they flow well, because it's like, well, I think Schotty said it, like, what he's good at, I'm bad at, what I'm bad at, he's good at, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we just know how to like balance each other and really help make this the most potent offense possible. And, Schotty said today a funny quote, because he was like, sometimes you just got to shove it up their ass, like, because people are really people are real when he's talking about the run game. People are
Right.
really concerned because they're like, I know a lot of my Cowboys brothers. They don't believe that we're gonna run the ball at all. They're like, yeah, you got Jags at running back, and you got CD, you got Dak, and you got Pickens. You ain't about to run no
Right.
damn ball.
Right. And he paid for.
Right, and you just paid Ferg, so it's like
Yeah,
everybody
man.
believes like we ain't about to run the ball, but Shotty's like, yes, we are. I think, but of course we have PTSD because we heard Mike McCarthy say he was gonna do that and was
Yep.
lied. So
Yep.
it's like with Schotty, we just have to see. He's saying that he gonna really run the ball. They're like, okay, we're gonna see.
Yeah.
I lean more towards Schotty because I know that Schotty does a lot of play action. In order to do play action, you do have to run the ball.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be ground. I keep saying it's not gonna be ground and pound, but like we are gonna run the ball and try to our best to stay balanced is what I feel. But
Yeah.
people feel like we just about to air that bitch out, and I can't blame them. Like they're gonna have to see a difference before they believe him. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's fine, and I just think that. But I'm just glad that it seems like we are going to be innovative with this offense. We are going
Yeah.
to get into the new age and
Yeah.
not doing slants and curls and running
Right.
up the field and turning around. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
that shit, and it worked because Dak is so good. It worked year one, but year two, people figured that shit out,
Right.
and it was a disaster. It was
Yeah.
a disaster. So, yeah.
And I would think that, you know what I'm saying? And I know, like you said, like you mentioned earlier, with I kind of take it like right now we kind of have to take it, take Schotty at his word because this is what he's saying, right? We haven't really seen anything yet, but I kind of go on. I kind of play devil's advocate a little bit. I say that we have seen it. We have seen a lot of running, a lot of ground and pound plays, and in these past few practices. Granted, it's only day 5, day 6 practices. Even today, they just had shells on. But we have seen a lot of Sanders. We have seen a lot of Moffa. We've seen a lot of all these running backs. Jaden Blue, even Hunter Lipke, what I'm saying? Like I mentioned, Sean Hunter isn't letting him.
Schotty loves him.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's not gonna let him be forgotten. So I think
never stop talking about that, man.
yes, I think with us seeing a lot with the running back, like I said, we haven't even seen preseason yet. So they haven't, nothing is really set in stone until we actually see it. But I think with what we are seeing, them actually implementing these kind of plays in practice, like they said, they're going to try to play how they practice. So I think with them doing this conditioning and, like I said, they were, all that they were running only for a little bit today. I do feel like they are conditioning these guys to be able to run the ball. Cause they have to, they're going to have to be able to run the ball late in the season when they do have those tough games. So I think I really do. I do believe it. And this is me, my personal opinion. I do think that we're going to run the ball more. I don't know if it's going to be the foundation, of the offense, but I do think we're going to run the ball more just because they are, in my opinion, giving these running backs a little bit more chance to run the ball. We're seeing more pop in some of these run plays. We're seeing 4 to 5 yards. We're seeing them.
Right. We're seeing them running the ball in general a lot more. I mean, the running backs all have clips and shit because we clearly are running the ball. So, like, you don't bring in Klayton Adams to be your OC and just pass the ball all day. That just don't even make sense. Like, but I still get where people are coming from because they're like, look where the money is. I get that, but at the same time, like, you need to be able to do every championship team needs to be able to do both. You can't be locked into I can only run the ball because what happens to it when you face a team where you can't run the ball? You're going to get stopped. Like you're going to get stopped because championship defenses, like they're not about to let you just run the ball all over them.
Right.
So we just have to consider that. Like we do have to have a balanced play style. We need to be able to run the ball. We need to be able to pass the ball. So, I think it'll be interesting to see, I'm really excited to see like what our actual scheme and shit is going to look like and what it's really going to look like marrying the passing game to the run game. Cause we haven't had that in years. I don't remember the last time we had it, but I don't feel like we've had it in years. So it'll be very interesting with an updated scheme. Cause even going back to Jason Garrett, that was old and stale. So it's like, let's, Linehan old and stale, McCarthy old and stale, Kellen, no.
Right. This is a disconnect overall, between the team and the players.
Exactly. Just a total disconnect. So hopefully these coaches are really, instilling in them what we need to actually be successful. And we talk about the discipline. And it seems like we're spending so much time in team period because Schotty wants the players have to have enough experience. You know what I'm saying? Running plays, because a lot of times it's like we were like the players just didn't execute. They didn't execute.
Yeah.
This guy didn't run the route this correct depth. This guy didn't do
Right.
this. This guy didn't do that. Like a lot of that shit was under Mike McCarthy, and it's because like now if you've ran a play 100 times in actual team period, like it should feel natural to you when the game comes, when we're in the actual game.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this team doing more team periods is actually going to help the players like actually be in a flow, because so many times, especially in big games, you just don't see flow from our offense. You see our offense being very stagnant,
Yeah.
and then you see everybody's face become sunken because they're like, damn, we about to lose because our offense can't move the ball. So.
Right. And on the other side of that, with the conditioning, you know what I'm saying? We would see players, you know,
the
conditioning,
conditioning, right? Let's talk
Parsons,
about
you know
that. No conditioning at all. And I feel like I like the fact that our whole mantra is like the players we're like White Cotton said, running with your lungs on fire. Everybody hustles for the ball. We're constantly, you know, running up tempo, rah, because you need that. Because it's like, yeah, you can try to implement that in the game, but you can't just turn a switch on.
Right.
Like if you're a physical team, you gotta practice physical. You can't say I'm gonna be a physical team, but practice finesse and then expect to go into a game and then be physical. No.
Yeah.
Like you gotta do it. And it's like discipline comes from what Schotty is doing, like holding these players accountable. Like today, making them run back and forth. Like, and I'm sure if they keep doing it, he gonna turn this shit up.
Yeah, and cutting practice short. I mean, you think as much fun as
and
these players have, as much fun as they have, you think they want to get out of practice, y'all?
And that means there's a less time for these players who are clawing for spots.
Correct.
Their livelihood is on the line. They need all the practice they can get so that they can be evaluated. So
right. That's why it really didn't make sense to the last. That's why it didn't make sense for Najani Cornelius to throw a punch. Bro, you a rookie. What are you doing?
You a rookie?
What are you doing, bro?
7th round pick, 6th round pick. You think your spot guaranteed?
Meanwhile, Jay Toia running with the ones. Come on, bro. They not saying they're looking for an excuse to cut people, but there's not much room for error. They actually
right. It's not right. That's what I'm saying. It's not much room for error. So I think everybody just got to step it up. It's either shit or get off the pot. That's how it is. Like people going to step it up, and you know, preseason is where they really gonna make the final decisions because they're already evaluating. But of course, they don't need to see you in the actual game. So preseason gonna mean a lot because they're gonna. You know, they started it last year. After every preseason game, they make cuts.
Okay.
So preseason is next week.
Yes, and look,
not next week. Is it next week or week after next? When's the first preseason game?
I think next week. Yeah, I think the 8th.
Yeah, I think it is next week.
I think it's the 8th. I think next Friday.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, it's Thursday. Yeah, next Thursday. Okay. Wait, August 7th.
Wow.
Yeah, August 7th, the first preseason game, and then we play when? Wow. Where's the Cowboys at? We play the Rams August 9th. So literally
okay.
Next Saturday, first preseason game.
A week and a half.
So you don't want practices cut short. That's what I'm saying. So you don't want practices short. So yeah, I really like what I'm seeing from Schotty. You know what I'm saying? Again, we keep saying we don't know what it's gonna look like on Sundays, but we do know that he's doing things differently and trying his best to implement his culture, you know, and differ it from Jerry's Hollywood culture that the Cowboys have been for so long, or try to better find a way to marry the culture, George, where it's like, yeah, we may be Hollywood, we got big personalities, but we will kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel like the Cowboys got to be. Yeah, we may be Hollywood, we may be in Fashion Week, but we will kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it needs to be. Like, don't try to play me just because I look good, just because I got the change, just because, we got big money over here. Mm-hmm. Like, don't try to play me. So, hopefully, that's what Schotty is trying to implement, you know, going forward. But I think it's good to wrap up the show there, don't you?
Yeah, no, 100%. And also, I mean, speaking of preseason, I think we're gonna get a first guy. Actually, the chat actually reminded me the Hall of Fame game is tomorrow night. You guys, if you guys are watching us, just a
Oh
reminder.
yeah, Hall of Fame game tomorrow. Chargers versus
Yeah.
Lions, I think so.
Yeah, shout out to the chat for the reminder. Shout out to you, Rico, for reminding us about the Hall of Fame game
Yes,
tomorrow.
thank
I don't
you.
know the exact time, but yeah, Chargers and who'd you say? Chargers and who?
Chargers and the Lions.
Oh, the Lions. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, we know it's going to be the depth pieces playing, but I think what? Cause I think there's a couple of running backs the Chargers got that I want to see. Who did the Chargers get? I forget.
I don't remember.
Was it Hampton?
Yeah, they got Hampton.
I think I see Jay Tuck tweet that they got Hampton. So
yeah, they got Hampton for sure.
We'll see some of the draft picks maybe play. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I'd like to keep an eye out. Maybe some guys I've seen, coming through the draft. See how they play. But I'm just excited to see a game. You know what I'm saying, on TV.
Football is back. It's gonna be exciting to see a football game. Like that's kind of crazy, but yeah, it's gonna be super exciting to see. And just shout out to everybody in the chat. I don't know if anybody had any questions. Somebody said I think somebody asked how John Stevens is doing. I think he got like a touchdown or a big catch today from Joe Milton. So I think he's doing okay. I think they also are just still monitoring him because they don't want him to
come back. I think Schotty said he wants to he really wants to get back in there. I'm just happy to see him back on the field. I wasn't sure how soon he would be back with the guys, honestly. So I'm glad to see him with a helmet on and out there catching passes, honestly. So hopefully, we can get both those guys back. Him, Brevin, you know what I'm saying, and really all the guys, who are
Brevin too. Yeah, like so many of the players. Like when they play, we hope to get these guys back because Brevin Spanfour is really having a really good camp. I feel like Deuce was having a good camp as well.
He was.
Deuce was having a good camp, and it's like I really wish that he was playing now because then if he was showing up and showing out, it would force Schotty to speak about him. But now he's just further in the background because he hurt. So it's like
he was already trying to hide him behind Hunter.
Right? It's like damn, it sucks, bro. But.
Hopefully he gets a chance during preseason. Hopefully it's not too serious. Hopefully he can get a chance in preseason because he turned up in the last couple of preseasons. So
yes, he did. He did turn up.
You
can't deny it. You can't deny that. And you can't deny the last game of the year where he went off versus Washington. You can't deny that. Y'all see the clips.
Yeah, and this the last. No, I forgot.
Yeah, Trey Lance. That's what I was gonna say. Wow. No, I forgot. Yeah, Trey Lance is gonna be starting. So that'll be fun to see.
We'll
will. See trick or trade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we also gonna see. Also shout out the former Cowboys. We're gonna see the Cooper Rush. When we play the Ravens later on in the preseason. So shout out to Cooper Rush.
Shout out to Cooper Rush. Love Cooper Rush for what he does. But we appreciate y'all so much. Please, hopefully, hit that like button. Share the stream. Subscribe. If you're watching it on a playback, please hit the like button and leave comments. We would love for y'all to leave comments under our video. Let us know y'all's thoughts, what y'all think, because we will respond and get back to y'all. And also, please donate. You can see our Cash App there on the screen. Mine is StarGazer. $ StarGazer Sports. So please donate to our Cash Apps. We appreciate that. And she had our YouTube channel.
Yeah, mine's $ MP Cox 90. Make sure, like she said, make sure you guys, if you feel like donating, or if you guys just feel like donating and like Star said earlier in the stream, if you're on the Twitter side, Facebook side, come over to the YouTube side, hit the like button, just help us out. You know what I'm saying? I think we really had a great show for you guys today. Like Star said, thank you guys for the interaction in the chat and keep your notifications on. We're definitely gonna be rocking within the season, whether it's on our own individual channels or whether we're rocking here with you guys on Star Chasers. So thank you for your time. Just really always appreciate doing the show with you. You know what I'm saying? With the news coming out as it is with Cowboys back in camp, it's always exciting. So make sure you guys, stick around for this, for this final clip coming through for the end of the show. Added a little something, I'm sure you guys already seen it, but just make sure you guys stick around for a little bit, and we'll catch you guys next week. Peace and be easy.
Peace.